Welcome back to Press Review. Let's start by taking a look at today's front pages in the Middle East. Starting in Iran, where the Tehran Times reports that Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered an urgent drill to test the combat readiness of the armed forces across Western Russia, flexing Moscow's military muscle amid tension with the West over Ukraine. It also reports that Iran and Iraq plan to implement the provisions of the Algiers Accord on the Avarandund River, which forms part of the border between the two countries, and will sign an agreement on the issue in the near future. Israel's Jerusalem Post reports that US President Barack Obama is not expected to present Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu with the much-discussed framework document for negotiations with the Palestinians when they meet in Washington next week. It also reports that Hezbollah will respond to what it says was an Israeli airstrike that hit one of its bases on the border with Syria. Lebanon's Daily Star leads reporting that the Lebanese army has shot and wounded an unidentified assailant on a motorcycle after a military base in the northern city of Tripoli is attacked. It also reports that a Palestinian has died during an Israeli army raid in the West Bank town of Birzeit. And the UAE's Gulf News leads reporting that Pakistan has vowed to carry on air attacks on the Taliban militants as it unveiled its first counter-terrorism policy. It also reports that the Jordanian parliament has vowed to expel the Israeli ambassador amid a row between Amman and the Israeli government over the administration of holy sites in the occupied Jerusalem. And from Riyadh, the Saudi Gazette reports that Saudi Arabia and India have signed an agreement for military cooperation in the fields of training and exchange of expertise and visits of military personnel. The paper also reports that 57-member Organization of Islamic Cooperation has slammed the debate over Jewish prayer at Al-Aqsa Mosque, calling it a dangerous and unprecedented step that comes as part of Israel's racist policy. And now let's take a look at the top Middle East headlines from UK papers. The Independent leads its Middle East section, reporting that an Iranian teacher has come up with an innovative way of encouraging young children to say their daily prayers by designing a robot to present religious practice to his students in the classroom. It says the robot has been introduced into classes to provide a visual example of prayer that is more likely to capture the attention of children. The Daily Telegraph reports that a report by Amnesty International has said that Israel has killed dozens of Palestinian civilians in the West Bank over the past 3 years, showing a callous disregard for human life. The report also says since occupying the West Bank, East Jerusalem and Gaza in 1967, Israeli authorities have signally failed to carry out independent investigations that meet international standards into alleged crimes. The Guardian leads its Middle East section, also reporting on Israel being accused by Amnesty International of possible war crimes. The paper says that the Amnesty International report says Israeli forces are using excessive, reckless violence in the occupied West Bank, killing dozens of Palestinians over the past 3 years in what might constitute a war crime. Now let's take a look at the top Middle East stories in international papers. China's Global Times leads saying that Iran is reportedly planning to attract $100 billion of foreign investments in the crude oil sector over the next 4 years. Mehdi Hosseini, head of the oil ministry's Oil Contracts Revision Committee, said that Iran has revamped its rules governing oil contracts to facilitate foreign investments in the country. The Los Angeles Times reports that Syria officials and opposition figures have said that more than 150 Syrian rebel fighters were killed Wednesday in an ambush by pro-government forces outside Damascus. The paper says the casualty toll appeared to be one of the largest in a single operation reported during much of the almost 3-year-old war. And finally, the Times of India reports that an Egyptian court has sentenced 26 people to death for forming a terror group to target shipping passing through the Suez Canal. They were also convicted of possessing firearms and explosives, manufacturing rockets, and carrying out surveillance of security force buildings in preparation for attacks. For more updates, visit Levant.tv. Thanks for watching. Carmen will be with you tomorrow for another press review. Bye for now.